Because she couldn't take her alcoholic husband's abuse anymore, the woman decided to make a living by blowing glass ornaments. But her baby kept crying non-stop, making it impossible for her to focus. So she had no choice but to stop what she was doing and pull out a glass ball to calm the child. Unexpectedly, when the baby saw the ball, she actually stopped crying. Looking at the little thing, it felt kind of plain. So the woman suddenly had an idea. She painted the glass ball white, crushed some scrap glass into powder, and sprinkled the powder over the ball. Just like that, a shiny, beautiful Christmas ornament was born, and it was this tiny thing that eventually helped her build a whole business. Mary was born in a poor, remote mountain village, where only men were allowed to make a living blowing glass. To cut down on family expenses, Mary and her sister often went into the mountains in the freezing winter to pick up firewood. One day, just as the two reached their doorstep, they noticed their father hadn't lit his blowtorch like he always did. A bad feeling instantly washed over them. The sisters dropped the firewood and rushed inside. They found their father collapsed over his workbench. Severe tuberculosis had taken his life, leaving the two sisters helpless and alone. Life, already hard, became even tougher. They still borrowed money to give him a funeral. Seeing how pitiful they were, the neighbors left them some food and firewood. The sisters didn't even have time to grieve. They had to worry about survival. There were still a few glass items left at home, though they wouldn't sell for much, but it was the only option they had. With no income anymore, the older sister felt the best solution was to get married as soon as possible. Mary, on the other hand, thought she'd been helping her dad since she was little, so maybe she could try blowing glass herself. But her sister shot the idea down immediately. Women couldn't be glass workers. Mary felt helpless. In that era, a woman blowing glass was practically a crime. The next morning, her sister left on an empty stomach, carrying the glass pieces on her back to sell them to an old client in town. Their neighbor Peter warned her it would snow today and told her to deliver another day. He even offered to lend her some money to get through the week. But the tough Una just smiled, kept carrying the heavy glass and continued on her way. She climbed over rough hills, crossed freezing snowfields, and after a long trek finally reached town. But the shopkeeper claimed the bottleneck was off by 1 millimeter and slashed the price. After deducting gas and material costs, she didn't even make enough for one meal. Fortunately, Heimer, who ran the village glass workshop, approached Mary and said that out of respect for her late father, he'd let the sisters work as helpers in his workshop. But when the sister got home and heard the news, she wasn't happy at all, because Heimer was known for being stingy and difficult. He'd probably dock their pay. But to survive, the sisters still went to work there. Mary was assigned to the painting section, and with her gentle, quiet nature, she actually liked it. Under the patient guidance of the elders, she quickly got the hang of painting. Her sister was assigned to packaging. Life was still tough for the two, but at least they weren't starving anymore. Heimer's son Thomas was always trying to impress Mary. Her sister saw through his intentions immediately. Before bed, she casually brought it up, thinking Thomas might be a decent guy to marry. But Mary didn't feel anything about it. Instead, she became deeply fascinated with glass painting. She felt she could add more creativity to her designs. In that era dominated by patriarchy, Mary didn't just break tradition, she lit up her own life and opened a door to happiness for all the people stuck in outdated thinking.